Okay, so this is going to be a quick video on basically how to use a font size that's not included by default for your crosshairs. So basically, if you want something below 10 or above 30. So just for some context, we're looking at customization and then enabled, and then these are the two files we're looking at right now. So I have BH crosshairs open over here, and then I have the second one open up over here. Now, the few kind of big things to take away from this is that this font name right here has to match exactly with something in this file. And the important thing to know about this file is that any changes to it require a game restart. So if we look this guy up right here, you can see that this name exactly is right here. Now, you may think that the size is controlled by this entry right here, but it's really controlled by this tall value. So if you wanted a kind of like a quick and easy fix, if you knew exactly what font size you wanted, you would basically just change this to, 8 or 9 or whatever it would be. Now this is technically not right because now you have this size 17 name, but then it's like a size 6 crosshair. But it's a quick way to do it. If you know exactly what size you want, you could just do, like, let's say I wanted to do size 8. So I'm going to scroll up here, and I would basically be making a new entry. And I would say it's size 8. So now this matches with this. And then I just need to change the actual tall value here to 8. Then, if I wanted an outline or if I didn't want an outline, I could change that here. Now, just some, I guess, quick comments about this. This 10 to 30 range, obviously, the starting size that I include in here is 10 and it goes all the way down to 30. And then it does the same for the outline on. It's 10 through 30, basically. I could include more sizes in here, but there are loading time implications from having basically too many font entries in here. So I just kind of limited it to what's good for like a majority of people, which is 10 to 30. Like usually anything below 10 is it's too small. You start getting like weird distortions. And anything above 30 is usually just too big. It's overkill. Another random thing, of course, I think many people have probably figured this out, but we call these font crosshairs. And that's because this label text here, it's a capital F, which is literally the letter F in the font. And if you look at this image right here, because this is the unified crosshairs made by Hypnotize, you can see that the capital F is not a F, but it's this crosshair right here. So just to help you kind of bridge the gap of understanding, if that didn't click to you, all these label text values you're setting are based on basically a font that's replaced with crosshairs. And that's also why they can't really be perfect, I guess, in as far as centering goes. And that's why this value here is very, very precise. You can nudge it around and all that stuff, but that's a different story. But yeah, I think that's kind of the big thing. This obviously covers just the unified crosshairs, which are enabled by default. All these legacy ones are not enabled by default. They're it's basically the same thing, but you'd have to, of course, have them enabled. But if I open up the fog one, you can see it's the same exact style. So this one's 10. I think they might all be 10 to 30 is what I kind of settled on, with and without outline. But it's the same concept. So hopefully that's helpful. And hopefully my screen's not too dark.